We're now in part 2 of our order of operations. Key thing of this is the order. You have to do this in the right order or your answer is going to be incorrect. So think about this as kind of like a ladder. And the first step of this is your groups. Now with your groups, there's a couple things that I know everybody says PEMDAS, that's not necessarily true. You can have parentheses, but you can also have what is called brackets, and then you can have braces. Now think about the braces, which are these things, as like the title of the book. Think about the brackets as like the chapters of a book, and think about the parentheses as the words of the book. So you're going to start with the bigger stuff and kind of zoom in. So that's going to be your first step. The second step is going to be your exponents. Like you might see something like 2 squared. I'll do a little mini lesson on what exponents are hopefully today. Then we have step 3, which is multiplication and division. You're going to do whatever comes first. You might be doing division first if it comes first in the sentence. You might be doing multiplication if it comes first in the sentence. And then you're going to do step 4, which is addition or subtraction, whichever comes first in the sentence. So you can't go from step 1 to 2 unless you have done step 1. Now, if there's nothing for you to do in step 1, that's fine. You just there's going to be sometimes you don't have any groups, and there's going to be sometimes you don't have any exponents where you're just going to be multiplying or dividing, or multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting. So let's do a couple examples, and we'll start with number 1, which is 2 times 3 minus 2 divided by 2. So the first thing you need to look is say, do I have any groups? I don't see any, so I'm done with step 1. Do I have any exponents? No, I'm done with step 2. Now I'm looking at multiplication or division. Which one comes first? Well, I see a multiplication sign, subtraction sign, division sign. This multiplication sign is going to go first. Now, watch how I do this. I underline what I'm working out, 2 times 3. I write the answer. That's what 2 times 3 is. Cross out what I just did and bring everything else down. I didn't do anything with that subtraction, that 2, that divided, or that 2. So I bring them all down. Now I'll switch colors so you can see the next step. I'm still on step 3, which is multiplication and division. Do you see any more multiplication and division? I do. There's one right here. So I'm just looking at this problem even though it doesn't come first because I'm still in step 3, multiplying and dividing. 2 divided by 2. I write the answer. I cross out what I just did, and I bring down whatever I didn't do. I didn't do anything with that 6 or that minus sign, and I'm left with my last problem, which is 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. I did that, and 5 is my final answer. When you're working it out, it should end up making kind of like a triangle because you're taking out information as you're going along, and once you get to like the tip of the triangle, you're done. Sometimes I call it a Dorito chip if I'm hungry. So step 2, I'm still going to go through the same process. Do I have any brackets, braces, or parentheses? Yes, I do. They are right here. And then now I'm going to zoom in and say, okay, what's inside of them? Well, I see the problem 11 minus 6. What is 11 minus 6? That's 5. Cross out what you just did. Bring everything else down. Do I have any more groups? No. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. I see one right here. Well, what is 5 times 2? 5 times 2 is 10. Cross out what I just did. Bring everything else down. Do I have any more multiplication or division? No. Addition or subtraction? Yes, I do have that. Zoom it back in. What is 10 plus 5? 15. And notice, as I said on the last one, it's going to kind of end up making a little bit of a Dorito chip. So this is going to be a multiple part series. This is just part 2. If you want to know the explanation of why it's not PEMDAS anymore, you can watch this video or watch the video I did yesterday. But stay with me. Follow.